I'm so bored.
Right?
Even my dreams are boring.
Me too.
Yeah.
Except the other night.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me.
It was really weird.
Cool.
I dreamed I got a text from the future.
The future?
Yeah, like 200 years in the future.
What was it about?
I don't remember it exactly. It was like a warning.
What kind of warning?
It was about these two kids who were, in love.
Oh, I get it.
No, but the thing was, they're going to die.
Oh. Really funny.
What?
And it started with words like two households both alike.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Stop it, you're freaking me out.
Why?
You texted it to me?
No, I dreamt it. I haven't told anyone.
Right. I got a text from the future.
You did?
Haha.
What?
I have the text right here.
Forward it to me.
You sent it.
Is it from me?
No. Okay, you had someone send it.
I promise I didn't forward it.
This isn't funny.
I promise I'm not joking.
Okay.
This is exactly what was in my dream.
Be serious.
I am. It's like, I know it.
From memory?
Yeah.
Me too.
Say it.
Only if you say it with me.
Okay, but no phone.
Deal.
You start.
Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventure pitches overthrows, do with their death bear their parents' strife.
The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end not could remove, is now the virtual traffic of our stage.
The which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil will strive to mend.
That's just freaky.
Right?
The quarrel is between our masters and us their help.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a tyrant. When I fight with the men, I will be civil with the maids, and cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads. Take what sense thou wilt.
They must take it in sense, that feel it. Draw thy glove. Here comes Duke the house of the monarch.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? Turn my back and run?
Fear me not.
No, Mary, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as they enter, and let them take it as they will.
Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them. It's the disgrace of them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, ma'am?
I do bite my thumb, ma'am.
Do you bite your thumb at us, ma'am?
Is the law of our side if I say I?
No.
Then I do not bite my thumb at you, ma'am, but I do bite my thumb, ma'am.
Do you quarrel, ma'am?
Quarrel, ma'am? No, ma'am.
If you do, ma'am, I am for you. I am as good a scrub as you.
No better?
Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better.
You lie.
Heart fools! Put up your gloves! You know not what you do! What art thou, John, among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio, and look upon thy death. I do but keep the peace. Put up thy gloves, or manage you to part these fools with me. What glove and talk of peace? I hate the words and I hate hell. All Montagues in thee, have at thee, coward!
What noise is this? Give me my long glove, ho!
A crutch, why call you for a sword?
My glove, I say! Old Montague has come and flourishes her glove and
pernicious rage, with purple fountains issuing from your veins, on pain of torture from those bloody hands, throw your distempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moved queen. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word, by the old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time all the rest depart away. Dame Capulet shall come along with me, and Dame Montague come this afternoon, to know our farther pleasure in this case. Once more on pain of death, all here depart.
Who sent this ancient Paul new brooch? Speak, my niece. Were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of your adversary, and yours close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt with his glove prepared.
Oh, where's Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad am I he was not at this fray.
Madame, an hour before the worship sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drove me to walk abroad.
We're underneath the grove of sycamore. So early walking did she see her son? Towards him she made, but he was ware of her, and stole into the covert of the wood.
How'd you know what she was going to say?
I just did. Try it.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. Okay, we're 200 years in the future.
But we're still in our bedrooms.
But all so soon as the all-cheering sun should in the farthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed. Away from light seals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself.
My noble aunt, do you know the cause?
Neither know it, nor can learn of him.
See where he comes, so please you step aside. I'll know his grievance, or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay to hear true shrift, but for now, all away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new stroke 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long. Was that my mother that went hence so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still, should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I've heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh brawling love, oh loving hate, oh anything of nothing first create? Dost thou not laugh?
No, cuz, I rather weep. Tell me in sadness, who is that you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I am so near when I suppose you love.
A right good mark, lass, and she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, is soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss, she'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Diane's wit.
Then she hath sworn that she will ever live chaste?
She hath, and in that saving make huge waste.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eye, examine other beauties.
Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else die in debt.
Montague is bound as well as I, in penalty alike. And 'tis not so hard, I think, for Dame Sold is we to keep the peace.
Of honorable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, my dame, what say you to my suit?
Saying o'er what I've said before, my child is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers pass, wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she are happy mothers made.
And too soon marred are those so early made. Earth hath swallowed all my hopes but she. She's the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. And she agree? Within her scope of choice lies my consent and fair according voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love, and you among the store. One more, most welcome, makes my number more. Come, go with me. Go, young wench, trudge about through fair Verona, and find those persons out, whose names are written there, and to them say, my house and welcome, on their pleasure stay.
Find them out whose names are written? Here it is writ that the shoemaker should tinker with their shirt, and the tailor with their hammer, the fisher with their pencil, and the painter with their nets? But I am sent to find, and I can never find what names the writing person hath here writ. I must learn it in good time.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented. And good in, good sister.
Good. Hi, I pray, sir, can you read?
I, mine fortune in my misery.
Perhaps you have learned it without book, but I pray, can you read anything you see?
I, if I know the letters in the language.
Ye say honestly, rest you merry.
Stay, sister, I can read. Madame Martina and her mate and daughter, County Anselm, and her beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vertuvia, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutia and her brother Valentine, my fair niece Rosaline, a fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Up
Whither to supper?
to our house.
Whose house?
My mistress's.
Indeed, I should have asked you that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My mistress is the great rigid Dame Capulet, and if you not be of the house of Montague, I pray come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At the same ancient feast of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so loves, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither with an unattainted eye, compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
I'll go along, no such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Where is this girl? What? Juliet!
How now? Who calls?
Your mother.
I'm here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give me leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou hear our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter is of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age unto an hour.
She's not 14.
I'll lay 14 of my teeth. And yet to my teen be it spoken I have but 4. She's not 14. How long is it till Lammas tide?
Well, a fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd, of all days in the year, come Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Susan is with God, for she was too good for me. But as I said, on Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. At that shall she marry. I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years, and she was weaned. I never shall forget it. Of all the days in the year, upon that day, for I had then laid warm wood to my dug. My dame and you were then at Mantua. Nay, I do have a brain. But as I said, when it tasted the wormwood on the nipple of my dug, and felt it bitter, pretty full, to see it peevish and fall out with the dug, and since that time it is 11 years. For then she could stand alone, waddle about, for even the day before she broke her brow, and then my husband, God be with his soul, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward when thou hast more wit. Wilt thou not, Jewel? And by my holy dam, the pretty wretch stopped crying, and said I,
Enough of this, I pray thee, hold thy peace.
Yes, madam, yet I cannot choose but laugh. To think it should stop crying and say I. Yea, I quoth my husband, thou fallest upon thou face. Wilt thou fall backward when thou comest of age? Wilt thou not, Jewel? To think it should stop crying and say I.
And stint thou too, I pray thee, nurse, say I.
Peace I have done, God mark thee to his grace. Thou was the prettiest babe ere I nursed. To think I should live to see thee married, I have my wish.
Mary! That Mary is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor I dream not of.
An honor? Were I not thine only nurse, I would say thou hast sucked wisdom from my teat.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now made. Thus then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady. Lady, such a man as all the world. Why, he's a man of wax.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read over the volume of young Paris' face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris love?
I'll look to like, if looking like you move. But no more deep will I dart mine eye, than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are called, supper served up. You called. My young lady asked for the nurse cursed in the pantry, and everything in extremity. I must hence to wait. I beseech you follow straight.
We follow thee. Juliet! The county stays!
Go, girls, seek happy nights to happy days.
They live in isolation.
I know. Everything is remote.
Online? Watch out.
It is my lady.
Where's Potpen that he helps not take away? He shift a trencher, he scrape a trencher.
When good manners shall lie in one or two men's hands, and they unwashed too, 'tis a foul thing.
Away with the joint stools, remove the court cupboard. Look to the plate. Good thou, save me a piece of marzipan, and as thou lovest me, let the porter let in Potpan.
I miss ready.
You are looked for, called for, sought for, and asked for in the great chamber.
You cannot be here and there too. Cheerly all. Be brisk a while, and the longer liver take all.
Give me a torch, I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I'm to soar and pierce it with his shaft, to soar with his light feathers, and to bound. I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love. Too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It's too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking and you beat love down. Give me a case to my visage in, a visor for a visor. What care I? What curious eye doth quote deformities? And here shall the beetle brows blush for me.
Come knock and enter, and no sinner in, but every man betake him to his legs.
A torch for me.
Come, we burn daylight ho.
Nay, that's not so.
I mean, sir, in delay, we waste our lights in vain, like light by day.
And we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis not wit to go.
Why may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you.
She's the fairy's midwife and comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman. Drawn with a team of little atomize over men's noses as they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes made of spinners' legs the cover made of the wings of grasshoppers, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of Philomé. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut made with joiner squirrel, or old grub. Time out of mind, the fairies' coachmakers. And in this state she gallops, night by night, through lovers' brains, and they dream of love. On courtiers' knees who dream on curtsy straight, or lawyers' fingers who straight dreamt on fees. Or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream, which oft the angry mad with blisters plagues, because their breath with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometimes she driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats of breeches, ambushes, Spanish blades, and then anon drums in his ear, and which he starts and wakes. Being thus frighted, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is that very man. This is she.
Peace, peace, Mercutio. Thou talkest of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, which is as thin a substance as the air, and more inconsistent of the wind, who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north.
This wind you talk us blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
Fear too early, for my mind misgives.
Some consequent yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin her fearful date, with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in his breast, by some vile forfeit of untimely death.
Come, he that hath the scourge of my course, direct my suit. On, lusty gentlemen!
Strike drum!
We have to save him.
How?
I don't know. Follow them.
Welcome, gentlefolk. Those who have their toes unplagued with corns may walk about with you. You are welcome, gentlefolk. Come, a hall, give room, musicians play, and foot it, girls.
What lady is thou which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
She doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night.
This by his voice should be Montague. Fetch me my glove, girl. Dare the slave come hither, covered with an antique face, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity.
This is when they meet.
Romeo?
And Juliet.
We have to stop it.
Why, how now, kinslass? Wherefore storm you so?
Auntie, this is a Montague, our foe.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, the villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz, let him alone. And to say the truth, Verona brags of him to be a well-governed and virtuous youth.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. What, Goodman girl, I say he shall. Go to! Am I the mistress here, or you? Go to! You'll not endure him, God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among the guests.
Why, auntie, 'tis a shame.
Go to! Go to! You are a saucy girl, is so indeed. Be quiet, or more light. More light for shame. I'll make you quiet. What? Cheerly, my hearts.
I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall now seem sweet, convert to bitter gall.
If I profane with mine worthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Which mannerly devotion shows in this? For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips, and holy palmers too?
Aye, pilgrim lips that they must use in prayer.
Then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by thine my sin is purged.
But have my lips the sin that they have took?
Sin from my lips? Who trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
You
just by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor, her mother's the lady of the house.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear Count, my life is my foe's debt.
Away be gone, the sport is at the best.
Aye, so I fear, the more is my unrest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
His name is Romeo, and de Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
Love sprung from that? Surely seen unknown and known too late.
Prodigious birth of love it is to she, that she must love a loathed enemy.
Anon, anon, come, let's away. The strangers all are gone.
Now old desire doth in his deathbed lie, and young affection gapes to be his heir. That fair for which love grown for and would die, with tender Juliet matched, is now not fair.
Now Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks. But to his foes supposed he must complain, and she steals love's sweet bait from fearful hooks.
Being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers used to swear, and she is much in love, her means much less, to meet her new beloved anywhere.
But passion lends them power, time, means to meet, tempering extremities with extreme sweet.
Can I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find I sent her out.
Romeo, my cousin Romeo, Romeo.
He is wise, not my life hath stolen him to his bed.
He ran this way and leapt this firewall.
Call good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo, humor's madman, passion lover, appear now with the likeliness of a sigh. Speak but one time and I am satisfied. Cry me, but I me. Pronounce with love and dove.
And if he hear thee, that will anger him.
He just that scarce I never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Come, he hath hid himself among these codes.
Go then, for 'tis in vain to seek him here that means not to be found.
Rise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. It is my lady, oh, it is my love, oh, that she knew she were. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand, oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
I mean.
She speaks, oh, speak again, bright angel.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy mother, and refuse thy name. Or, if thou wilt not, be but sworn to my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other word would smell just as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called.
Call me beloved, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bescreen and chat so stumblest on my counsel?
By name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's uttering, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo in a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The firewalls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art.
With love's light wings that I o'er perch these walls, for coded limits cannot hold love out.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a baden blush bepaint my cheek. For that which thou hast heard me speak tonight, dost thou love? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thee at thy word. But if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully.
Lady, by yonder moon I vow that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise a variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all. I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, and too sudden, too like lightning which doth cease to be, ere one can say, that lightens, sweet good night.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
Be frank and give it thee again?
Juliet!
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu.
Madam!
Anon, good nurse, sweet Montague, adieu. And stay but a little. I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night! I am afeard, being in night, all this is but a dream.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If thy bent of love be honorable, send me thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow.
Madam!
I come anon, but if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam!
By and by I come, to cease thy strife, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light.
Love goes towards love as schoolboys from their books.
But love from love towards schools with heavy looks.
Good night, good night.
Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light.
And darkness fleckled like a drunkard reels from forth day's path and Titan's fiery wheels.
Hence will he to his kind confessor's close cell, her help to crave and his dear hap to tell.
Good morrow, mother.
Benedicite, what early tongue so sweet salueth me? Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true, the sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wast thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline? My ghostly mother, no. I have forgot that name, and that name's woe.
It's my good son, but where hast thou been then?
I'll tell thee ere thou askest me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, where on a sudden one hath wounded me.
Plain good son, rest homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrifts.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine, by holy marriage.
Holy Saint Francis, what a change is here! Is Rosaline that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsaken? Young men's love then lies, not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes.
Thou chidest me off for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
I pray thee, chide me not. Her I love now. Doth grace for grace, and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well, thy love did read by rote, that could not spell. But come, young waverer, come go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be, for this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Oh, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Where the devil should this Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his mother's. I spoke with his man.
Why, that same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinslass to Dame Capulet, hath sent a letter to his mother's house.
A challenge on my life?
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's mistress how he dares being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already stabbed with the white wench's black eye.
Here comes Romeo, here comes Romeo.
Signor Romeo, bonjour, that is the French salutation to your French slop. You gave us quite the counterfeit last night.
Good morning to you both. What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, sir, the slip. Can you not conceive?
Pardon, Mercutio, my business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That's as much as to say, such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the hams.
Meaning to curtsy.
Come between us, good Benvolio, my wits faints.
Swits and spurs, or I'll cry a match.
Why is this not better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable, now art thou Romeo?
Here's a goodly gear. A sail, a sail.
Two, a shirt and a smock.
Petra?
And on?
My fan, Petra.
Good Petra, to hide her face, for her fan's the fair face.
God ye, good morrow, gentle folk.
God ye, good and fair gentle woman.
Is it gooden?
'Tis no less, I tell you, for the body hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you, what a lass are you?
One gentlewoman that God hath made herself to mar.
Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I may find the young Romeo?
I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
If you be he, sir, I desire some confidence with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Abad, so ho!
Out upon you!
Romeo, will you come to your mother's? We'll to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, lady, lady, lady.
I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was that?
A gentle lass nurse that loves to hear herself talk, and will speak more in a minute than she will stand to in a month.
And to speak anything against me, I shall take her down, and if I cannot, I'll find those that shall. Scurvy knave, and now must stand by too and suffer every knave to use me at her pleasure.
I saw no lass use you at her pleasure. If I had, my weapon should have quickly been out. I warrant you, I dare draw as soon as another lass, if I see occasion in a good quarrel and the law on my side.
Now afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave. I pray you, sir, a word. My lady bid me inquire you out.
Bid her devise some means to come to ship this afternoon, and there she shall at Mother Lauren's cell be shrived and married. Here's for thy pains.
This afternoon, sir? Well, she shall be there.
And stay thou, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour his man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackled stair.
Which to the high top gallant of high joy must be his convoy in the secret night.
Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
I 1,000 times. Petra?
And on?
Before and apace.
It's so romantic.
Yeah. Wait, I thought we were trying to stop them from dying.
Right.
The clock struck 9 when I did send the nurse. In half an hour, she said she'd return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That is not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts 10 times faster glides than the sunbeams, driving shadows or lowered hills. It's 3 long hours yet she has not come. Had she affection and youthful blood, she would be as swift in motion as a ball.
Ugh.
She comes. Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Send thy lass away.
Petra, stay at the gate.
Now, good sweet nurse. Oh no, why lookest thou sad?
I am a-weary. Give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache. What John have I had?
Would thou hast my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I ask thee, speak, good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste! Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath? Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Let me be satisfied. Is good or bad?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo? No, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his legs excels all men's. And for a hand, and a foot, and a body, though they be not to be talked on, yet they are past compare. What if you dined at home?
No, but all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I. It beats as if it would fall into 20 pieces. Beshrew your heart for sending me about, to catch my death with jaunting me up and down.
Faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet, sweet, sweet nurse, tell me what says my love.
Your love says like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I warn a virtuous. Where's your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where else should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says like an honest gentleman. Where is your mother? Here's such a coil. What says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shift today?
I have.
Then hie you to Mother Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. Hie you to the church. I'll go out to the dinner. Hie you to the cell.
Hide a high fortune on us, nurse. Farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act.
That after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen, but come what sorrow can.
It cannot countervail the exchange of joy.
These violent delights have violent ends.
And in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume.
The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite.
Therefore love moderately, long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow.
Here comes the lady, oh so light, but will ne'er wear out the everlasting flint.
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Then a word with one of you.
But one word? With one of us? Couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, ma'am, and you shall give me occasion.
Can you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consorts with Romeo.
Consort? What dost thou make us minstrels? Here's my fiddlestick, here's that shall make you dance. Come, consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men.
Well, peace be with you, ma'am. Here comes my man, Romeo. The love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining race to such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise.
Oh, come, dishonorable, vile submission. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good queen of cats, nothing but one of your 9 lives.
I'm for you.
Ugh!
Gentle Mercutio, put that glove up.
Come in your passado. Ugh!
Draw up Benvolio, beat down their weapons. Good ladies, for shame forbear this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio, the queen expressly hath forbidden banning in Rome streets. Hold Tybalt, good Mercutio.
I am hurt. A plague on both your houses. I am sped.
What art thou hurt?
A scratch. A scratch, Mary, 'tis enough. Go, villain, fetch a surgeon.
Courage, lass, the hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not as deep as a well, nor as wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave lass. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Oh, I shall faint. A plague on both your houses.
This gentle lass, the queen's near ally, my very friend hath got her mortal hurt.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo! Brave Mercutio is dead.
That gallant spirit hath aspired the clouds, which too untimely here did scorn the earth. This day's black fate on no days depend. This but begins, the woe others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
He got in triumph and Mercutio slain. Either thou or I, or both must go with her.
Wretched boy that didn't consort with her here, shall wither hence.
This shall determine that.
Duh. Duh.
Oh!
Duh.
Romeo, away be gone. The citizens are up, and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed. The queen will doom thee death.
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
O noble queen, I can discover all. There lies the man slain by young Romeo, who slew thy kinslass, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my cousin? Oh, my brother's child. Oh, queen, dear wife. Oh, the blood is spilt of my dear kinslass. Queen, as thou art true, for blood of ours shed blood of Montague.
Benvolio, who began this fray?
Tybalt here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay.
I beg for justice, which thou, queen, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew her. She slew Mercutio, who now the price of her dear blood doth owe.
Not Romeo, queen. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence.
Give me my Romeo, and when I shall die, cut him up into little stars, and he shall make the face of the sky so fine, and all the world will be love with night and pay no attention to the garish sun. Look, here's my nurse. Now, nurse, what news? What hast thou there? The codes that Romeo bid thee fetch?
Aye, the codes.
Aye, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Well a day. She's dead. She's dead. Alack the day, she's gone. She's killed. She's dead.
Can people be so envious?
Romeo can. Though heavens cannot. Oh, Romeo, whoever would have thought it Romeo?
What devil art thou that dost torment me thus? This torture should be rewarded. Dismal Hades, has Romeo slain himself?
I saw the wound. I saw it with mine eyes.
Oh, break my heart.
Oh, Tybalt, the best friend I had, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead?
Tybalt is gone. Romeo's banished. Romeo that killed her, he is banished.
Oh no. Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did. Alas, the day it did.
Oh, serpent-hearted with a flowering face. Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave?
beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical.
Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish, for Romeo was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is ashamed to sit. Oh, what a peace was I to chide him.
Will you speak well of him? That killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband?
Hide to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is.
Go find him. Give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored in thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Mother, what news? What is the queen's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from her lips, not body's death, but body's banishment.
Ha! Banishment, be merciful, say death, for exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Sign off, one knocks. Good Romeo, hide thyself.
Not I.
Hark how they knock. Who's there? Romeo, sign off. Thou wilt be taken. Stay a while. Stand up. Run to my study. By and by, God's will. What simplest is this? I come. Who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me come in, and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome, then.
Oh, Holy Mother, oh, tell me, Holy Mother, where is my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground, with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he's even in my mistress' case.
Nurse.
Ah, sir, death's the end of all.
Speakest thou of Juliet? How is it with her?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps, and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries.
As if that name shot from the dead level of a gun.
Hold thy desperate hand.
Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art. Thy tears are womanish. Thy wild act denote the unreasonable fury of a beast.
Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself? And slay thy lady, that in thy life lies, by doing damned hate upon thyself.
Go, get thee to thy love as was decreed. Go before, nurse, commend me to thy lady. Romeo is coming.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we've had no time to move our daughter.
These times of woe afford no time to woo. Good night, madam. Commend me to your daughter.
I will, and know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she is mewed up to her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she'll be ruled in all respects by me. Nay more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquaint her here of my son Paris' love, and bid her, mark you me, on Wednesday next. But soft, what day is this?
Monday, my dame.
Monday. Well, Wednesday is too soon. A Thursday let it be. A Thursday, tell her. She shall be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste?
My dame, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Well, get you gone. A Thursday be it then. Go you to Juliet ere you go to bed. Prepare her a wife against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Good night.
Will he be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale, and not the lark, that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings on yon pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, loves, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east.
Night candles are burnt out, and jocund day sends tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. He must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight, I know it, I. Therefore stay yet, thou needest not be gone.
Oh, be gone, more light and light, it grows.
Madam.
Then, window, let day in and let you out.
Farewell, farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
This comes well in such a needy time. What are they? Beseech your ladyship.
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the County Paris at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee a joyful bride.
On Thursday, sir? The time is very short.
My grand Dame Capulet will have it so, and I have nothing to slow to slack her haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course, I like it not.
Immoderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have a little talk of love. Now, ma'am, her mother counts it dangerous that she doth give her sorrow so much sway, and in her wisdom hastes our marriage, to stop the inundation of her tears. Now do you know the reason of this haste?
I would I knew not why it should be slowed. Look, sir, here comes the lady towards my cell.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be a wife.
That may be. Must be love on Thursday next.
Must be, shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make a confession to this mother?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny to her that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love her.
So will ye. I am sure that you love me.
Are you at leisure, mother, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter, now. My lord, you must entreat the time alone.
God shield, I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early I will rouse ye. Till then, adieu. Keep this holy kiss.
Oh, shut the door in when thou hast done so. Come, weep with me, past my own care.
Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief. On Thursday next be married to this county.
Tell me not, mother, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I mayst prevent it.
Hold, daughter, I do spy a kind of hope, which craves is desperate in execution.
Hope it leap rather than marry Paris.
Hold then. Go home, be married, give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this phial, being then in bed, and this distilling liquor drink thou off.
When presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest.
The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to many ashes. The eye's windows fall like death when he shut up the day of life. Each part, deprived of supple government, shall stiff and stark, and cold appear like death.
And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep.
In the meantime, against thou shalt wake, shall Romeo by my letters know of our drift. And hither shall he come, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua.
Give me, oh tell me not of care.
Hold. Get you gone. Be strong and prosperous. In this resolve, I'll send a mother with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord.
Love give me strength, and the strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear mother.
What, are you busy, ho? Need you my help?
No, madam. We've called such necessaries as are behooveful for our state tomorrow, so please you, let me be left alone.
Good night. Get thee to bed, and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold fear that thrills through my veins and almost freezes up the heat of fire. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse, what should she do here? A dismal scene, I must act alone. Come, Vile. Romeo, Romeo, Romeo. Here's drink.
I drink to thee.
Mistress! What? Mistress! Juliet! Fast I warrant she. Why lamb, why lady, fie you slug a bed? Why love I say? Madam? Sweetheart? Why bride, why not a word? How is she sound asleep? I must needs wake her. Madam! Madam! Madam? What? Dressed in your clothes and down again. I must needs wake you. Lady? 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 Alas, alas, help! Help, my lady's dead! Well a day that ever I was born, some aquavier. Oh, my lord, my lady!
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day!
What is the matter?
Look, look! Oh, heavy day!
Oh me, my child, my only life, help, help, call help.
For shame, bring Juliet forth, her lord is come.
She's dead, deceased. She's dead, alack the day!
Alack the day, she's dead, she's dead, she's dead.
Huh? Let me see her. Out. Alas, she's cold. Her blood is settled and her joints are stiff.
Oh, lamentable day!
Oh, woeful time.
Come, is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return.
Have I thought long to see this morning's face, and doth it give me such a sight as this? Beguiled, divorced, wronged, spited, slain, and doth it give me such a sight as this? By thee beguiled,
cursed,
unhappy, child of the
Miserable
our life, love and death,
and with my child, my joys
So
are
for shame,
buried.
confusions. Care lives not in these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. News from Verona. How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my mother well? How doth my lady Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her mortal part where with angels live. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars. Thou knowest my lodging. Get me ink and paper, and hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Leave me and do the thing I bid thee do. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief, thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabout dwells, which late I noted. Whoa, apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, wench. I see that thou art poor. Hold, there is 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any who utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness, and fierce to die? Famine is in thy cheeks. The world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be not poor, but break it, and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you have the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
There's thy gold, where's poison to men's souls. Come cordial, and not poison. Go with me to Juliet's grave, for there I must use thee.
Holy Franciscan Mother, Sister, ho!
The same should be the voice of Mother Jean. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo?
Going out to find a barefoot sister, one of our order to associate me, here in the city visiting the sick, and finding her, the searchers of the town suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bare my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again, nor get a messenger to bring it thee, so fearful were they of infection.
Unhappy fortune, by my sisterhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge, of dear import, and the neglecting it may do much danger. Mother Jean, go hence, get me an iron crow, and bring it straight unto my cell.
Sister, I'll go and bring it thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. Within these 3 hours will fair Juliet wake.
Give me thy torch, hence and stand aloft, yet put it out, for I would not want to be seen. Under yond young trees lay thee all along, and signal that thou hearest something approach. Give me those flowers. Do as I bid thee. Go!
I am almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard, yet I will adventure.
Sweet flowers with flowers, thy bridal bed I strew. Oh woe, thy canopy is dust and stones. The girl gives warning, something doth approach.
Whate'er thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Take thou that, live and be prosperous, and farewell, good man.
For all the same, I'll hide me hereabout. His looks I fear, and his intents I doubt.
This is that banished haunting Montague, that murdered my love's coven, with which grief the fair creature died. Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man.
I do defy thy commiseration. I do apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy.
Oh Lord, they fight.
I will go call the watch.
Oh, I am slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb and lay me with Juliet.
I'll bury thee in a triumphant grave. A grave? Oh no, a lantern. Slaughtered youth. For here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Here's to thy love. O true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus, with a kiss, I die.
Alack, alack! What blood is this which stains the stony entrance of the sepulchre? Romeo! Oh, pale! Who else? What, Paris too? The lady stirs.
Oh, comfortable mother, where's my husband?
I hear some noise, lady. Come from that nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come, come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead. Come, go, good Juliet, I dare no longer stay.
Go, get thee hence, for I will not away. What's this? A cup enclosed in my love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. Oh, churl and drink all, and left none to help me thereafter. I will kiss thy lips. Surely some poison doth hang on to them, to help me die with a restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Lead girl, which way?
Yea, noise. Then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is my sheath. their rest, and let me die.
This is the place, there where the torch doth burn.
The ground is bloody. Search about the churchyard. Go, some of you, whoe'er you find, attach. Pitiful sight. Here lies the county slain, and Juliet bleeding, warm and newly dead, who here hath lain these 2 days buried. Go tell the queen, run to the Capulets, raise the Montagues, and some others search. Here's Romeo's man. Hold him in safety till the queen come hither. Here's a mother that trembles, sighs, and weeps. A great suspicion. Stay the mother too.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
Sovereign, here lies the county pair slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and newly killed.
Oh heaven, oh wife, look how our daughter bleeds.
Oh me, the sight of death is as a bell that warns my old age to the sepulchre.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up, to see thy son and heir now early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against my age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
O thou untaught, what manner is in this to press before thy mother to a grave?
A blooming peace this morning with it brings.
Sun for sorrow will not show his head.
Go hence to have more talk of these sad things.
Some shall be pardoned and some punished.
For never was a story of more woe
In this of
Juliet and her Romeo.